Ocular-based means that it is measuring minuscule involuntary reactions in the eyes to assess credibility. It is also one of the first automated lie detectors, or a test that is administered entirely by a computer device. The following summarizes some features of EyeDetect. The hardware used to administer an EyeDetect test includes a computer combined with an eye tracker and with other accessories such as a mouse, headphones, etc. The average length of an EyeDetect test ranges from 15 to 30 minutes depending on which protocol is used. The mean accuracy also varies by protocol, ranging from 84 to 88%, as long as best practices and policies are followed. EyeDetect supports up to 97 unique language or locales. The person who proctors or administers the test is a trained EyeDetect test proctor. Reading is required for most EyeDetect tests. However, there is one audio-only protocol where no text is presented on the screen and everything is read aloud by a digital voice to the examinee. The examinee responds to test questions by clicking a mouse or a keyboard button. EyeDetect results are available in the online Converus dashboard, where service providers or customers have control over the test reports and their access. The hardware needed for EyeDetect combines into what we call an EyeDetect station. We have had several versions of the EyeDetect station over the years, but the main crucial components are a computer with a monitor, keyboard, and mouse, and an eye tracker. Other accessories like headphones, a laptop stand, or backpack are included depending on which version you use. An optional add-on component is a chin rest, which can help the examinee's head remain still and in the correct location for the test. This combination of components requires a specific configuration and setup for the EyeDetect software installed and can only be purchased from Converus or an authorized provider. An EyeDetect station is lie detection equipment and should only be used to run EyeDetect tests. To try and utilize the computer for other purposes can interfere with the required settings and make the software cease to function as expected. Like most other lie detectors, EyeDetect offers an in-person testing experience where the examinee makes an appointment with the provider and then comes to them to be tested. Where and when they will be tested, as well as what they will be tested on, is all determined between the examinee and the provider before their appointment. The process for using EyeDetect first starts with purchasing the equipment and the needed amount of test licenses. A test license is used every time a test is scored, and you will eventually run out and need to purchase more. The EyeDetect station is a one-time purchase that would only need to be upgraded or replaced if it gets to be too old or malfunctions. There is a 3-year warranty on the computer and a 1-year warranty on the eye tracker. With the purchase of EyeDetect, the provider is also assigned an online dashboard account. This is where they will view test results and manage their test license usage. This account is secure and can only be accessed with a unique dashboard login per user and two-factor authentication tied to the user's cell phone. Some further uses of the online dashboard are managing or creating more logins for users, writing your own tests once certified to do so, downloading additional EyeDetect software, and accessing user guides. These specific dashboard tasks and features are discussed in greater detail during your EyeDetect Administrator course. Once the equipment and test licenses have been purchased and the appropriate dashboard account is made, the next step in the EyeDetect process is to create tests. These are the written tests that will determine the language that is presented to the examinee during the test. Tests come in a variety of protocols and can ask many unique and common questions. The nature of tests and the best practices for what to ask in them is covered more in our Basics of Lie Detection Test presentation. Of course, they need to be fully written and finalized before you go to run a test. There are 2 options for creating them. 1. Request Converus to create your test. New customers can have up to 10 free customized tests from Converus, after which there is a fee. $50 per test or $100 if it is a rush test. This involves either having a call with the Converus onboarding agent or submitting an official request found on our test information page, converus.com/tests. 2, you can become a certified to write your own tests, after which access to the online test manager is granted to you. This option enables you to be independent and create new tests whenever they are needed. After the test is ready, you then need to administer it. This includes some basic steps: preparing the station and the room for the arrival of the examinee for the test, preparing the examinee properly with some kind of pre-test interview or discussion, and administering and monitoring the test to ensure their compliance and understanding. To assist with monitoring the test, EyeDetect has a companion software called EyeDetect Manager. It is downloaded to a device separate from the station and then is connected to it across a wired or wireless network. It allows the test proctor to monitor their eyes to ensure they are not squinting or closing them, know how far the test has progressed, and whether the examinee is being compliant in their responses. It is a great tool to help prevent test results that are unusable due to loss of data or examinee non-cooperation. To learn more about how to use this companion software, please view our EyeDetect Manager videos. After the test has been administered, the proctor must select to upload the data by syncing the station. This is discussed more in our How to Administer a Test video. Essentially, it encrypts the data and sends it to be scored using a predetermined computer algorithm and formed from our lab studies. This usually only takes a few minutes but can be lengthier depending on your internet connection. This is the only time the testing process where an internet connection is required. Tests can be administered offline and then later synced once connected to the internet. After they are scored, the test results appear in the online dashboard where reports can be viewed, downloaded, and sent to the examinee if desired, or other actions can be determined if it is a pre-employment or maintenance screening test. There are many use cases for EyeDetect. All involve helping organizations or individuals to get to the truth about a person's background, rehabilitation progress, creditworthiness, or claims made, among other things. EyeDetect is most often used for pre-employment screening and ongoing employee evaluations. For therapy, EyeDetect can be used to verify whether there has been reoffenses of past indiscretions or if there are behaviors of concern that still persist. For credit use cases, you can validate their credit history, application, and documents before granting an account, credit, or loan. And finally, with EyeDetect, you can verify statements about insurance claims, online profiles, parole compliance, infidelity, and more. EyeDetect can specifically streamline the hiring process in the following example. First, an organization can get tests created that would be used on every potential applicant, asking about behaviors of concern such as illegal drug use, theft, or other serious crimes. The applicant comes to take the test where the room and station are already set up and loaded with the needed test. The applicant is prepped and the test is administered in potentially less than 60 minutes. Test data is sent to be scored and results are visible in the online dashboard in less than 5 minutes. If there is a failing score, organizations have the opportunity to have a discussion with the applicant where they'd assess any admissions, adjust the test if so, and possibly retest them within the hour if needed. This process can often yield confessions or information that would likely come out in a background check or other forms of verification. The retest results would be available within another 5 minutes. The organization would then review the results in the dashboard and use them to help them make an informed decision about whether to proceed to hiring the applicant. So, depending on your organization's hiring process or requirements, a decision could be made all in the space of a single day. That concludes this introduction to EyeDetect. For more details about how to use and apply EyeDetect, please review various other EyeDetect test proctor and administrator videos. Thank you.